Okay, today we're going to look at the TI15 and the fraction to decimal and decimal to fraction button. It gives us an equivalent decimal for a fraction or an equivalent fraction for a decimal. I'll turn my calculator on and I'm going to start off with double thumbs, which remember clears the calculator. And now I hit clear, and if I want to find a fraction equivalent to 1/4, to the decimal 1/4, remember I have to put in 1 numerator, 4 denominator, and then this button right here, F arrow D, see that one? That's the one that changes fraction to decimal. It also will change a decimal to a fraction. So if I put in 1/4, didn't I? And I'm going to hit that button and nothing happened. The reason that nothing happened is because I need to hit the enter button down here one time. And now you can see the 1/4. And now watch what happens when I hit the button. I hit that fraction to decimal button. It changed it to 25 hundredths. 1/4 is equivalent to 25 hundredths. I'm going to hit that fraction to decimal button again, and it changed 25 hundredths in a decimal form to 25 over 100 in fraction form. We know that is 25 hundredths, 25 out of 100 total pieces or total parts. So to get that back to 1/4, remember 25 hundredths will simplify. I know that because it's got above the fraction that capital N over capital D. So if I hit simp enter until that's gone, simp enter, there you go. I'm back to 1/4. So 25 hundredths as a decimal is equivalent to 1/4 as a fraction. Let's do another one. I'm going to hit clear, and let's do a decimal 1/10. Of course, that's 0.1. Now remember, if I hit that button right now, nothing's going to happen because I have to hit enter one time. And now when I hit the fraction to decimal button, which also does decimal to fraction, it changed 1/10 as a decimal to 1/10 as a fraction. And I can go back and forth. There's 1/10 as a decimal, 1/10 as a fraction. Let's do one more. Let's do 3/4. 3 numerator, 4 denominator. I have 3/4. I'm going to hit enter. Now I've got 3/4 and I use that fraction to decimal button. 3/4 is equivalent to 75 hundredths. Now when would this be important? Why would you need to know this? Well, on the test or perhaps in class, you may have a problem like this. That says which is greater, 1/10 or 75 hundredths. There's 1/10 as a fraction and 75 hundredths as a decimal. You want to change one of those forms into the other. So get them both as fractions or get them both as decimals so that you can compare them more easily. So I know if I wanted to change them to decimals, 1 numerator, 10 denominator is 0.1. I know that 1/10 is much smaller than 7/10 in the 75 hundredths. So it's a very handy tool to have on the calculator, that FD button. F arrow D, fraction to decimal, decimal to fraction.